uncover some of the darkest and deepest secrets.
Go for it.
You became incredibly famous for cussing on national TV. Manali Banerjee here ate earthworms and some kind of insects like cockroaches or some kind of roaches and some sort of a drink like some nasty cow piss or something like that. Tell us a little bit about that pole dancing, like what was the experience? And you gave that pole dance was so sexy.
Imagine we shoot 24/7, even when we are sleeping.
You just mentioned that you guys had cameras all around. So you telling me there was cameras in the bathroom as well? What was the deal between you and Vikas? People in Indian reality shows and they're fighting like a bunch of kids. Is Roadies scripted? Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of Explore with Maavi, where today we're gonna explore and deep dive into specific Indian TV, reality TV shows. One of the reality TV show I'm sure you guys have all heard of, Roadies. Today, right in front of myself, I have my wife, Manali Banerjee, who was Roadies Season 9 finalist. And we will uncover some of the darkest and deepest secrets of Roadies that she had to go through. And I'm sure she will be as transparent as water. So let's deep dive.
Sure, let's go.
So Manali,
Yes.
being your husband, one of the first questions that I've seen fans asking you all the time in front of myself. People in Indian reality shows, like all they do is fight. Like it sounds comical and they're fighting like a bunch of kids. Like, is this fight for real? Is Roadies scripted?
So imagine my husband asking this after 5 years of marriage. Now tell me, do I fight or not?
No, you don't really fight.
Am I like a fighting kind of a person?
No.
So, but to answer him, Roadies is, at least in my season, in my experience, Roadies is not at all scripted. I mean, not even 0.00%. In fact, I still remember it happened like 12 years ago, or 14 years, 12 years.
In 2012.
It was shown in 2012. My audition happened in 2011. And then we went to US in 2012 Feb. Imagine we shoot 24/7. Even when we are sleeping, I remember there would be cameramen till we are like deep asleep. So, I mean, there's no scope of the show being scripted. It's totally real. And actually, you guys do not see the entire reality because you guys see a whole day shoot in just maybe 45 minutes. So, it's not scripted at all.
But you haven't answered the question that why did you guys fight like a bunch of kids? It just looks comical.
So the fights were very real. So what happened, I still remember that when like 12 or 14 people who are like struggling for survival, like, you know, so one moment, imagine you're a contestant and I'm calling you my best friend, but in my mind, I'm always plotting against you. I'm thinking, how do I kick you out? That after a certain point you get really frustrated, right? Because it's like 24/7 shoot. It's not like a film shoot where you shoot at a certain call time and after that, you know, you're resting. So in a reality show like Roadies, you're either riding on a bike for 18-19 hours, and we were riding on bikes from like one city to another city, which had a which took us like 12 hours to 15 hours to reach from one point to other. And then the moment you reach, and maybe the fight would actually go on for like 4 or 5 hours, but you would just see it for 2 minutes.
So it was all basically a political game.
Yeah,
And the reason,
such a mind game.
and you just mentioned that you guys had cameras all around. So you're telling me there was cameras in the bathroom as well?
No, there were no cameras in the bathroom, but in a room, if we would be sharing the room, there would be like 3 people in the room. But I remember, there would be around 4 to 5 cameramen in the room, and they would always monitor each and every moment of ours. Like, suppose I'm telling you a secret, so there would be a camera person standing right here with the camera and listening to that secret, and that creates controversy, right? Because that's what is edited and that's what is shown on TV, that, oh, you're plotting. So no one knows what's actually going on. Maybe I'm plotting with you here, somebody's plotting there. Now Roadies is more task-based. I think in our time it was task-based, but it was more like from mental perspective, how strong you are. And I think ours was the last international season, and we traveled across US, and when we were riding, I think the temperature was around -2, -3 throughout, and I think that you would ignite a lot of fights.
All right, that makes total sense. Let's go to question number 2 here. In your audition, you became incredibly famous for cussing on national TV. Like, you still get talked about it. Like, and as her husband, I can attest to that, because people come and ask her these questions that you swore on national TV. And when I say swear, I'm not talking about regular cuss words. Like, she went above and beyond on cussing. Give us your experience. Like, how did you cuss on national TV, and like all the swear words that you used on those guys? Tell us a little bit about it.
So do you think that I cuss?
No, you don't really cuss, no.
So that is, I didn't want to cuss on national TV. So now this is a very controversial topic. So what happened is that I still remember. So first day the audition happened. I think there were 10 rounds of audition that happened. In one of the debates, in one of the rounds, there was a debate that, is it okay to cuss on national television? And I think I won that round, wherein I strongly protested against it, because I'm not a person who would like to cuss or something. I mean, though I did cuss a lot in the show, and because I don't know, maybe because of the pressure and because of the kind of extreme pressure that builds up on you. So what happened during personal interview is Raghu and Rajiv asked me that, do you have any, I don't know if it was shown during the interview, that do you have any bad experience with boys? Did anybody ever try to take advantage of yours? So there's something, there's some situation that I must have mentioned that time. And then later, in a funny way, I think that was edited out of the interview that was actually broadcasted, because a personal interview happens at least for an hour or two, and only 15 minutes is shown on TV, or maybe 10 minutes. So I was asked that, oh, those boys did this to you, so could you, abuse them? Use slang words, use cuss words. So I said, no, I'm not going to abuse on national television, because I don't want to do that. And I still remember they told me that, okay, you do it as a task, think it as a Roadies task, and you have to abuse, and you have so and so time to abuse. As much as I remember, this happened, but we will not be showing this on TV.
Okay.
So it was very strongly told to me that it won't be shown on TV. So I was like, okay, yeah, I know abusive words, I know how to cuss, but I do not want to do that on TV, right? But then I did it as a task.
All those people.
Right. Well, moving on to my next question. You were the only contestant from the entire East India who was selected in season 9. Give us your take on how this happened and what inspired you to come into Roadies.
Again, this is a very controversial question for me, because I never thought in my wildest dream also that I'll go to a reality show. So in fact, that time, during those days, I thought that if I'm ever on TV, I will be on TV as a heroine, film heroine, not as a reality show contestant. However, right now, these days, reality show is very big. Even then also it was very big. It's my bad, I didn't use my platform properly. So I was basically studying journalism in Delhi, but I didn't enjoy the subject at all right after my graduation. And I came to Calcutta on a 2 months break to understand that what I need from life. And I still remember it was 10 in the morning and I was sleeping, and my sister woke me up showing me a huge full page ad that this Roadies audition going on. My sister said, no, you go there, you can be good, and you are good, you're a confident person, then why not? And that's how I went for the audition, and I saw that there was a queue of literally 50,000 people outside.
50,000.
Literally, approx could be more. Who have been standing in the queue for 2 days just to enter the venue. Even it was crazy. In my entire life, I have been in media after that, but I have never seen a crowd like that where I saw for Roadies audition. Roadies was very popular back then. I'm sure it's popular now also.
It is popular now, but it's not nearly as popular as how it was back in the day. People used to name their kids Roadies back then, I remember.
Yeah,
There was one guy teen that was like, oh, I've named Roadie or something. And
I'm sure it's popular here even now also. Because I think Raghu Rajiv was the face of the show.
Right.
And in my understanding, people were like crazy about Raghu Rajiv. And I think that's what the craze of entire Roadies was. And then I think I don't know what inspired me, but I was myself. Everybody, I saw that people there were like so scared that what's going to happen. I didn't have any pressure. I just went there for fun. So yes, I was the only person to be selected out of entire eastern part of the country, and only one from Calcutta. There were like 50,000 people who had come for audition. Even more people were actually queuing up for more than 2 days outside the stadium. And I went there, and I remember it was a stadium full of very enthusiastic contestants who was like dying to become a roadie. Some has tattooed roadie, someone has kept his kid's name as roadie. But I didn't have any pressure in my mind. I went there to enjoy and be myself. And I remember Raghu said that out of all of you, there's only one person who's going to America for free. And I did not know that that would be me. So yes, I went to America for free. And yeah, I was the only person to be selected out of the entire 50,000 people or even more.
yeah, getting picked out of 50,000 people, that is a big deal. So congratulations.
Oh my God, I don't even have, I was that good or not, but I was the only person I think who was real.
All right, well, let's move on to the next question. So season 9, as far as I remember, was the final, the last international season of Roadies. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put that comments down below. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I believe that was the last international season of Roadies. And as far as she told me, all the American visas for all of the contestants were rejected. So if all the contestants' visas were rejected, how did you guys travel to America?
So as far as I remember, not all the visas were rejected, but most of the visas were rejected. I remember I went to the consulate, the embassy, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the visa embassy in Bombay, in Mumbai. And my visa, they asked me a couple of questions and my visa was rejected. I still remember we were in that MTV, the Colosseum, the production house office till very late, because now we're figuring out that how do we even go on the show? The show starts in maybe next 20 days or something. And but MTV Roadies is so huge globally, and MTV is such a big brand. And even after the visa being rejected, the very next day we were called back again to embassy and got US visa. So wow, that's unheard of, and that's the power of MTV Roadies, and that's the power of MTV, I guess. And I'm sure that we also met the requirements not to go against the visa rules. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, now let's move on to the most interesting question that I have. And I think most of you fans have this questions that you guys are eager to hear. Manali Banerjee here ate earthworms and some kind of insects like cockroaches or some kind of roaches and some sort of a drink, like some nasty cow piss or something like that. How in the world did you drink that or eat all those bugs? Give us your experience. Was it really were those insects for real? And how did you? What do you remember?
Yes,
experiencing
it
that?
was for real. We did eat insects. We did
my
eat
God.
live worms, like real live worms. And like I literally chewed it like we eat chips and all that. So, and after that, we were made to drink some terrible drink. I don't know what it was made of, but it must be super nasty. It could be cow piss, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure, but whatever it was nasty, and we were really hungry, guys. क्योंकि हमें सुबह से खाना नहीं मिला था. So from morning we didn't get anything to eat. Other days we were given like really lavish breakfast, but that particular day the food came to our room and we were very excited. Oh, the food is coming to the room. But when the breakfast actually came, everybody was given half an omelette. I'm like, what the hell is this? Why half an omelette? But after that, we were in Death Valley, and I remember we had to trek for I think 5 kilometers.
Yeah, I remember.
Down the hill, up the hill. So that's the reason food wasn't given to us. Else, I think we would have puked if our stomach would be full, because we are at the lowest point in the world, right? So lowest point of earth, and now going downhill, going uphill. So so that's the reason we were kept hungry. And after that 5 kilometer of trek in Death Valley, in that extreme weather when we were not even fed, I think we could have eaten a human life. So insects is just nothing. And I still remember when we were reaching to that point, they had this kind of like a buffet which was covered, and I was like, oh my god, we'll get food. But when they uncovered it, it was like worms, insects, and some nasty piss or something some drink which we were supposed to drink. So that time we were so hungry, we literally became like zombies, and those worms looked so yummy to us, so yummy. So we ate all those worms, and yeah, live.
Yeah, I remember her saying that they're like kurkure. I remember that. If you guys can go.
Yeah, it was like kurkure.
It's like somebody asked you. I think it was I forgot her name, but she asked you, "How does it taste?" She's like kurkure. Like.
Yeah, it was. Without the brand new, it was very crunchy and nice.
Disgusting. Okay, now coming to the most controversial question that gets asked all the time. Even to this date on YouTube, we're getting this question. So, what was the deal between you and Vikas?
Oh my god, can you imagine my husband is asking this question?
Well, did you have a
That
fling?
mattered to you?
Did you have a fling with Vikas? I know the answer. I know the answer.
Oh yes.
I know the answer, but the
no.
fans wanna know.
Oh yes. Oh no. No, yeah, we didn't have anything. We were good friends. I mean, see, there, to survive, they had to. Don't give me this fishy look, okay?
I know the answer. I'm just looking.
Even now, people ask, like, put comments on our posts. Like, what do they comment as?
Oh, like you guys had a great chemistry and all that stuff. But let's hear.
Why did I give my immunity to Vikas?
Yeah, why did
He Roadies.
Vikas? Yeah.
So do you think I'm such a fool that I'll just give my immunity to somebody?
So answer.
So, no, to answer your first question, no, me and Vikas, we were really good friends. And, to survive in a show like that, you need somebody, whom you can trust a little more than other people, who will become like your buddy and will help you during the times you are stressed. So I think Vikas was that friend of mine. In fact, me, Vikas, and Abhishek Shetty, we were a group. However, I don't think my friendship with Shetty was shown that much as my friendship with Vikas was shown. So we were really good friends. And the reason I gave him immunity, and I know that after that, I was told a lot that, you were so dumb that you gave your immunity. Guys, do you think I currently, work as director in companies, and you think I'm that dumb? Obviously, I gave that immunity to Vikas because I had pre-planned the entire vote out, and that giving immunity to Vikas was just a show because I needed Vikas as my ally. So Vikas was also very controversial. So Vikas was also convinced that I'm such a good friend of him, and I already knew that I had planned Khushbu's vote out, and Khushbu was voted out. So everything went according to my plan. So I became that masoom, that sweet, cute, naive girl who gave immunity to somebody else. But actually, it was not. I pre-planned everything, and I was just a show.
And it was a political game.
It was a political game. Yeah, you have to be very, very sharp here. I think I wouldn't have been voted out if it wouldn't have been a sudden vote out. So I did not get time to turn tables. So even every day I was turning tables. At one point it happened that my entire ally team were voted out, and I was left only with enemies, and I was actually making my enemies my friends. But I got suddenly voted out and I didn't get time to turn tables. But to sum it up, me and Vikas were good friends, and I did give up my immunity just for show.
So you guys all have the answer now. Okay, so in that case, are you still in touch with any of the contestants? Not just Vikas, but any of the contestants?
No, not anymore. I think till 2018, I was on and off in touch with Kanak on Instagram. Arsh sometimes. Yeah, no, not with anyone right now.
Okay.
We moved on.
Okay, now comes a really fun question here. One of her tasks was pole dancing. And if you guys go back and watch her season 9, hers was the sexiest of all the other contestants. Tell us a little bit about that pole dancing. Like, what was the experience? And you gave that pole dance was so sexy, and it was completely out of the book. Like, you were never taught like that. You came out and you completely improvised it. Give us a little bit of your experience of how that felt like.
I always pole dance in front of you.
This is behind the scenes.
It's true. Sorry.
Yeah, she will come and dance for no reason in front of me. And I'm like, please do it.
So yeah, I completely forgot what they taught me. It was a very difficult thing to do. I think that was a very difficult task. Pole dancing is actually very, very difficult. So that's why on the stage, I went and forgot everything. I put my Indianized self in the Western pole dancing kind of a task. I don't know what I did. Something I did, and it came out to be a little hot. So it wasn't my intention. Yeah, I forgot all the steps, and that's the reality of pole dancing.
God, I can't believe that I'm talking to my wife about pole dancing here. But you know what? That's for you guys.
Yay.
Okay, let's move on to Raghu and Rajiv, who were the anchors, the hosts of the show.
The judge.
Or the judges of the show. I have watched some of their auditions, and those guys are super ruthless. Like, they're incredibly rude and mean. Like, I've seen them even beat up guys, right? And even they're mean to a lot of women too. Are they really that rude?
No, they're not rude people. As far as I remember, they are actually really sweet behind the camera. But I think they have to maintain that angry image. And that's why they pretend to be so angry all the time in front of the camera, because that's what Roadies is. So their anger personifies Roadies show. But otherwise, they're pretty nice people. However, also, one thing I've seen in audition, when you see that they're actually shouting or becoming really, really angry on people, I think there are grounds behind it, because there are people who are nonsensical, who speak absolute rubbish just to be on the show, and I think that makes them more angry. But otherwise, I had very limited interaction with them behind the camera. I still remember we did an after party after the show, and they were also there, and they were really nice and friendly. So I think they're good people.
And this is my secret to everybody who wants to go for Roadies, is be yourself. do not fake yourself and do not try to be this macho man that, hey, I'm the coolest guy or I'm the best in the world. Don't do that. That's what they get pissed off at. The reason why she was chosen out of the 50,000 people is she was real. If you go back and watch her audition.
No, please don't.
Watch her audition.
No, please don't.
There was one point where the guys, like those Raghu and Rajiv, did mention that was this copy pasted? There was this one from the notepad. Well, this question that was copy pasted, and you were real.
Sorry.
Anazar, and you were real. You said that, हाँ, मैंने copy paste किया था. And they did mention, तुम बच गई, तुमने सच बोल दिया. अगर सच नहीं बोलती, तो they would have cried.
Because people were literally treating them as teachers, man. And I was like, okay, I've just come for an audition. What are you scared of?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't scared of anything. I was just like meeting some interviewers, right? So I think I didn't have that like cloud on my head, which people have that.
So you just gotta be real.
Yeah.
We gotta be real and be truthful, be honest.
Yeah, and also guys, most of the time they write a lot of disrespectful comments about women, about relationship, about life. And I think that's what irks them the most. Yeah. Otherwise, they're pretty nice people.
All right, so to end with this Q&A session, I would like Manali to bend those fingers. Let's see if you can bend those fingers all the way still, because she did that in her audition. So let me see if you can bend those fingers all the way
Where's
back.
the smile and sit?
Can you please bend those fingers all the way back?
Yeah.
That is disgusting. It's like a rubber.
I'm a rubber girl.
How does she do that?
I can also move my veins. See? Finally, if the camera can capture that.
That's nasty.
Yeah. This is that hand which I've come to you forever.
Okay. Anyway, before we end this session, if you guys have any questions and if you liked our podcast, please share a link.
Guys, and my false love is my husband and no one, okay?
My false love.
Yeah, if you have seen Roadies, you know what false love is.
And
So everybody associates me with all other names, which is not true. So I have only one guy in my life, and that's Avi Manohar.
yeah.
Follow her on Instagram and follow our YouTube channel, Explore with Maavi.
Oh, wait, guys. If you still have any questions, please feel free to drop comments below and we'll get you the answer.
Hey guys, if you like our videos, please like, share and subscribe and follow us for more adventures.
And we look forward to bringing you more content, so please share the love.
Thank you, Explore with Maavi.